principle found in many later kabbalistic texts. In order to focus spiritual and mental powers, one must take into account the time and astrological environment. The 6th chapter, again, does not appear to have a clear connection to the earlier parts of the book, although in the long version, it is presented almost as a commentary. Here, for the first time, are introduced the concepts of the axis, cycle, and heart, ideas which are not discussed any place else in Hebraic or Kabbalistic literature, with the exception of the Bahir. Of all the chapters, this one seems the most obscure, and it is difficult to decide if its emphasis is theoretical or meditative. This chapter concludes with a stanza linking the Sefer Yetzirah to Abraham. It is this quote that serves as a source to the tradition that the book was authored by the patriarch. Authorship. The earliest source to which Sefer Yetzirah is attributed is the patriarch Abraham. As early as the 10th century, Saadia Gaon writes that the ancients say that Abraham wrote it. This opinion is supported by almost all of the early commentators. Such ancient Kabbalistic texts as the Zohar and Raziel also attribute Sefer Yetzirah to Abraham. A number of very old manuscripts of Sefer Yetzirah likewise begin with a colophon, calling it the Letters of Abraham our Father, which is called Sefer Yetzirah. This does not mean, however, that the entire book as we have it now was written by Abraham. As Saadia Gaon explains, the principles expounded in Sefer Yetzirah were first taught by Abraham, but they were not actually assembled in book form until much later. Another authority notes that it could not have actually been written by Abraham, since if it had, it should have been incorporated into the Bible, or at least be mentioned in Scripture. Similarly, when the Zohar speaks of books antedating the Torah, it does not include the Sefer Yetzirah among them. The attribution of Abraham is supported by the final stanza of Sefer Yetzirah. When Abraham looked and probed, he was successful in creation. This passage clearly suggests that Abraham actually made use of the methods found in this text. The third category of Kabbalah, the magical, is closely related to the meditative. It consists of various signs, incantations, and divine names through which one can influence or alter natural events. Many of the techniques closely resemble meditative methods, and their success may depend on their ability to induce mental states where telekinetic or spiritual power can effectively be channeled. As with the second category, the most important texts have never been printed, although some fragments have been published. One of the best examples of these is the book Raziel. Careful study indicates that Sefer Yetzirah is a meditative text with strong magical overtones. This position is supported by the earliest Talmudic traditions, which indicate that it could be used to create living creatures. Especially significant are the many reports and legends in which the Sefer Yetzirah is used to create a golem, a sort of mystical android. The methods of the Sefer Yetzirah appear to involve meditation, and it is highly possible that it was originally written as a meditative manual. A major 12th century philosopher thus states that it does not contain philosophy, but divine mystery. This comes across very clearly in the commentary of one of the greatest Kabbalists, Isaac the Blind, 1160 to 1236, who stresses the meditative aspects of the text. It is also particularly evident in a very ancient manuscript of Sefer Yetzirah, dating from the 10th century or earlier. The introductory colophon states, "This is the book of the letters of Abraham our father, which is called Sefer Yetzirah. And when one gazes, tsafa, into it, there is no limit to his wisdom." As we shall discuss in our commentary on chapter 1, stanza 6, the Hebrew word tsafa does not denote mere physical gazing, but mystical, meditative insight. This very early source would therefore support the position